Night Parents. Got Tony D in the queue. What up, Tone?
What's good, y'all? How's everybody doing? Absolutely.
Man, it's Sunday night. We're gonna do just a quick stream. I'm not watching the Oscars. Are you watching the Oscars?
Hell no.
When was the last time you watched the Oscars?
I think when it was a lowercase O. I haven't watched it in, I know, at least a good 10, 15 years.
When it was Oscars So White and all of that other chaos that was happening, were you, boy, did you ever actually boycott the Oscars, or you never signed on to it?
I mean, we all used to watch it back in the day. Same way we used to watch the Grammys and American Music Awards and everything. I want to say I grew out of it more than I was boycotting it. The whole thing was, you started seeing they're going to give it to who they want to over what's the best movies, and then that's an opinion that we've got that's different than the people who's rating the movies or putting out the reviews on them. So
Right.
I let it be what it was. And, I watch the movies I like no matter the ratings, no matter the reviews. But they are, and I'll be honest, first thing I saw was they're picking people who played a character that didn't fit the image you see of that person.
Okay.
One thing they always emphasize is how good somebody would act. And we would always think Eddie Murphy was a good actor for Beverly Hills Cop or Dr. Dolittle and them, but say they was to put him in an Oscar, he had to come out of character, sort of like how he did in Bowfinger or how he did in Holy Man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You look at it along those lines, you see what they're doing. I'm good with the actors. I mean, they get their awards, it's all good, but everybody's seeing it's a political game. A lot of people are feeling that it's racist or it's fixed, and I do think it's fixed. I do. Some of the movies they give awards to, I'm like, why? Remains of the Day, okay. Schindler's List, seriously, but all right. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think if you are a comedian and you are in comedic, those type of roles, you should be up, because they do something for like best comedy, or is that like the Emmys, or is that like, I think they do something for best. I'm not even sure. It's like I'm so
they cover the genres, they cover the age groups, they cover the action, suspense, thriller, but I think they went along the lines of more storytelling more than the action. And I understand that. That's good, because when you're doing like a play, if you're doing something like a play, you pretty much get in there.
Okay.
So I give them that. But a lot of movies they was giving awards to, I wasn't feeling. We like, how you forget this one? How you forget that one? But you start seeing they're going to put up there who they want to put up there.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. I mean, I never get in depth with, or so caught up with these award shows.
We used to. In the 80s, they had us. The Grammys, American Music Awards, the Blockbuster Awards was even good a couple of years. Then you got the Oscars and all that other daytime Emmys, and everybody wanted to see if Susan Lucci was going to win back in the day. And then she finally
lost. She always lost.
She got one. She finally got one.
She finally got one.
She finally got one.
Well, she deserved it.
I mean, yeah, she played a part. She stayed on the show. Give her props. Give her props. But like I said, we just roll with it. I can't do it anymore. It's whatever. I mean, if we could rate movies, who would we give it to? Is a good question. How would you rate them? How would you give them their awards? Is it based on how much money they spent? Is it based on what the story was? Is it based on who made the movies? Is it based on who was in the movies? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think we should make criteria for that. For like, what was the best? Well, not this year and not last year, but in previous years. I would have no problem with saying what was the box office hits. I mean, we do that on our own, not involving the Oscars, because it's usually Marvel, it's usually Disney.
Yeah, and then we gotta look at the acting in the movies. So say we was to put up a dope actor, I would just throw one out there. What's that movie Tom Hanks and Halle Berry and all of them was in? And Tom Hanks played like 3 or 4 different people. I thought he was outstanding. You know what I'm talking about too, right? It was about 5-6 years ago. I think it was a long movie, like how traffic was and all that. But it was Tom Hanks was off the chain. I thought he was dope in Castaway. I really did, because he played that part. Tom Hanks is a good actor, but I don't see him getting his props unless I miss something. I thought Robin Williams was one of the best actors ever. So if I had my criteria, I would say like 3 of my favorite actors: Robin Williams, Will Smith, and Eddie Murphy. Just on the top of the head. And then I had to throw in there.
No Denzel?
Cool.
No Samuel Jackson?
Oh my God.
Sam is extreme on most of his characters. Well, he's so direct. You don't see much of a diversity, like a serious side, then a comedy side. Well, I take that back. You see some, but you don't see as much as you see in others. I could take Sam out off of how Robert Williams acts. You look at Miss Doubtfire alone, Robert Williams killed that movie.
True.
I watched Bicentennial Man just because one time. That dude, Robert Williams was serious. He was a real serious actor. Whoopi Goldberg, she's a good actress. She'll play different parts here, different parts there. And I hate how women do her off of Color Purple. Don't get me started. I ain't gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. No, because I'm gonna start a whole storm with that. Female actresses, who would be the best? I could throw Felicia Rashad up there. I like Christina Applegate, and I say her because of how she went from Kelly Bundy to the character she played in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter Dead. There was a change in how you see her based on how she acts. Halle Berry's good, but Halle Berry's almost in that heartthrob role with the dudes, the same way Denzel is as the heartthrob with the women.
What about De Niro and Pacino?
When they're gangsters, yeah. Can't nobody get past them in The Godfather. I damn sure can't get past them in Goodfellas. I can't.
Okay.
I can't. Goodfellas, they rocked that movie. That movie can't even die to some people, and I think they all got typecast off of that. But Pacino was good. Godfather, Carlito's Way. I thought he was okay in Any Given Sunday. It wasn't his best, but I think he was okay. So how will we rate people as far as the Oscars is a real good question.
So I without even watching, what I'm expecting tonight is for Chadwick Boseman to posthumously win the award, for it to be just a total clean sweep for him.
At least, did you see The Five Bloods?
I did see The Five Bloods. I see
what that movie deserved all the hype. What's up, Browns Viking? Yeah, Carlito's Way was a good flick. Yo, The Five Bloods, that might have been one of Spike Lee's best movies.
I did see Five Bloods.
I got to put that up there because they did, and that damn Delroy Lindo. Oh my God, that's another dude that can act.
Yes.
That's another dude that can act. Straight up. You're gonna get me started on this now. We're gonna mess around with Star Trek in 15 minutes.
And I don't know if you or Danny realize what was the other gentleman that we were talking with?
We had, I think it was Mike Powell. I think that was his name.
I don't know if you guys realize he's getting closer and closer. He's guest hosting, I think, within the next 2 weeks. LeVar Burton. Guest hosting Jeopardy.
Yeah, he got the spot. I'm happy for him too. Now that you bring that up, I'm happy for LeVar. Like I said, there was a real big outcry for him to do it. There was a real big outcry to bring him back up there, and I think he'll be great. Nothing against the other guys. Aaron Rodgers, yeah, they want him up there. Ken Jeopardy did his time, but who's gonna stay here the longest? And I think LeVar will run it. I really do. I think he'll run it. Now, the biggest problem he's going to have is pronouncing them words like Alice Trebek had. Alice Trebek can pronounce anything in any language. Songs, titles, names, everything. He killed it.
Let's see. So like this. Hey, I just want to. There's a couple of topics.
Yeah, come on with it.
real
I'll
quickly.
keep it quick, man. I ain't gonna act up tonight. I'll keep it quick. I ain't
No. Couple of topics I want to touch upon. One being the existing contract with the NFL. The NFL is probably the most gangster organization out there.
No, NCAA is, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, yes, NCAA with hands down. But in regards with negotiating with their existing partners, I think the NFL, they just change on they snap their fingers. That's it. They're ready to change. They were, one of the articles I have listed in here is Hulu is adding NFL Network and NFL Red Zone next season. And I thought exclusively DirecTV had that for I thought next season was their last season. But as we can see, the NFL is amending that deal. And that because I know within 2 years, Sunday Ticket is going to be available probably for every cable subscriber.
Who did they just get that $100 million deal with?
Amazon.
Was it Amazon?
It was. Well, you got to look at. Is it 100 million or 100 billion? It's 100 billion.
If it was 100, I know it was 100 and a big number. I thought it was million. I was trying to exaggerate.
100 billion. When you look at CBS, you look at NBC, you look at ESPN,
ABC.
You look at ABC, which is a part of the Disney family, and
I got a bigger question. What are they going to do with the NFL Network? Because they don't even show no games.
Well,
and that's why I cut it off. You got the NFL Network, you only see one game a week in the season, and all they do during the regular season is talk more than the news.
They are supposed to be, how do we say this? They're supposed to air 5 games a year.
Nah, I think they get a regular season game every week.
Okay, so I'm talking about exclusively, because most of their games are aired on Amazon or aired on CBS. Also, it's like a simulcast.
Yeah, Yahoo gets it. I love Yahoo for doing that.
Yeah.
Too.
So, Hulu is going to pick up NFL Network and pick up Red Zone. So I think Hulu.
That's gonna be crazy. It's $100 billion. You're right. NFL signs media deals worth over $100 billion. CBS, NBC, Fox, ESPN, and Amazon. It's $110 billion over 11 years, and they were already worth $7 billion.
Right.
So they just took sports over.
Well, I mean, if you look at ratings, when you want to talk about TV ratings and everything else like that, they are the king.
They are the king. They are the king. Tony D. Jones, what's going on, man? How you living? Yeah, they are the king. Nobody watches any sport like they watch football, and baseball's on for a long time, and them boys got long money, and they still ain't hanging with football.
So all the hubbub about kneeling and everything else like that, and people saying, hey, they're boycotting, I guess that no longer exists.
No, it still exists. I just saw a post about that not too long ago. People still fussing about kneeling and getting it all misconstrued. And you know what? You and I haven't talked about this.
Okay.
My concern with the kneeling and everybody being mad about Colin, we missed a very serious point that got brought up on, I forgot which ESPN show I watched because I was watching all of them back then. The fans weren't necessarily the ones that had the biggest problem with it. It was sponsors. Sponsors told, I think it was the Giants and somebody else, if y'all bring him back, we're not going to support you anymore. And that's why the teams weren't taking him. That's why the teams weren't signing him. The fans was like, we want him back. You know, you had fans that didn't want him. They was going off fussing and all this, but you had a bunch of fans that wanted him back. When he was about to go to the Ravens, people were ready to buy his jersey. His jersey sales was up. You know, they put up his Twitter account, increased or whatever, because he's going to go out like Muhammad Ali. We got to be clear. He's going to go out like Muhammad Ali as an athlete. And then I'll be the flip-flopping critic on this. He wasn't the best QB because
No, he wasn't the best
his
QB,
numbers weren't the best when he left.
but he had the best message after
He
sports.
had the strongest message, and he's not the only one that's done that. But Tim Tebow kneeled. He was praying. Colin Kaepernick kneeled. He wasn't going to do this. I was going to baseball games as a kid in Shea Stadium, and when I moved to Virginia Beach, we was going to the Tiger with the Tigers game. It's the AAA team for the Mets. They played the national anthem. People weren't standing back then. That's why I'm like, what are y'all fussing about? Cats ain't been standing for the national anthem all my life. He ain't do nothing but just sit down and take a knee. Y'all want to make a big old stink about it. I wasn't, man, please. He comes back in the NFL. They'll give him a shot. He's still agile. He can still play. I don't see him as a superstar quarterback. He can play the game. Let's be clear. He can play the game well. Maybe it was the offense. Maybe it was the coaching. But now he's been sitting out, what, how many seasons?
About 5?
Yeah. I mean, would he be any good now? And whatever team he plays for, they will have the best ratings. Wherever he goes, we'll have the best rating straight up. But it's a matter of who's going to sign him. The sponsors say they ain't going to support him.
He never gets signed again. I think he gets some type of pseudo marketing deal and a front office deal with the NFL.
Well, he won't in the NFL, no. Yeah, the NFL.
Something pertaining to diversity, something pertaining to social justice.
Right.
And they kind of check that checkbox.
Yeah, he got his money. They signed the deal. He can't talk about it no more per the deal that they made. So he doesn't. He said he's ready to play. But even when these extra football leagues was coming up, he would have went over there and saved that league. Like the AAF and even the XFL. If he was to go out there and play, he would save that league because they will last an entire season. One thing these extra leagues haven't done is last an entire season, except for the USFL.
Yes.
The XFL first season was good, but they just tanked 2 seasons again. The AAF just tanked the season. The USFL is gone. Canada football is just there so they can have something because they don't compare to the NFL. It's a mess. It's a mess.
But there's a lot of talk about a potential sharing agreement with the XFL and CFL.
Good.
You know, and I think it's a good. It's a good deal. It's a good deal.
That might answer why they got that big old contract so they can stay in charge. Because right now, if the XFL and the CFL merge, you have a true continental football league.
Yes.
We got world champions, but they're just US. The last world champion we had in baseball was the Blue Jays. We haven't had a real world champion as far as the NFL because all teams are United States. I take that back. The Raptors got one. Basketball. Thanks for inviting us. Too noisy in the room. I'm here. Listen. Okay, you good, Bronze Viking, man. You all right. He be on with everybody too, man.
Al, I know. I was on a broadcast last night. We were on with Michael Bathurst, which was his birthday.
Yeah, good dude, man. Good dude.
Good guy.
Yeah.
I watch Michael sometimes in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So his show is about 6:30 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, he had the music playing one morning. I had to give him a award. That was a good little motivational speech with that music on there. I like to hear it.
So last night I had the pleasure of being on the panel, and it got pretty interesting conversation because with it being his birthday, he threw out a few questions pertaining to age, and how age differs between men and women. Like, hey, we look great, and we could say, hey, you're in your late 40s, I'm in my early 50s, and nothing, keep it moving. Unfortunately, with women, when that becomes a topic,
it gets touchy. And they naturally are going to age faster than us through childbirth. I won't put it on stress. I won't put it on work. Childbirth has an effect on their bodies. I think it's 10 years per child it takes off of their life or something like that.
Wow. So
they got to exercise to get to where they want to be more than we have to. We got different metabolisms. We got different genetics, all that. Yeah, it's I could see it getting touchy. I hope nobody got personal.
Well, it did get a little personal because one of the panelists that joined, well, not really personal, but she was open. There was a couple on there that were open and honest about, their situations, their personal situations with their own relationships,
Yes.
and how they're handling those relationships and or relationships that have recently ended. So they were discussing that, and then Michael, and only the way he could do it. Okay, if you're not dating anyone, if you're looking for Mr. Right, 1,000 more people are going to watch the archive video, kind of like put yourself out there. And I was like, okay. At that point, I was hitting the eject button on myself. Like, pull me down from this panel.
I just opened a can of worms with that.
Yeah, I don't want to be associated with that.
Right.
Because at the time, Bronx Viking and Colin were in the queue, but they weren't on screen. And I'm I'm up on the screen with the two young ladies, and they are
going, and you just sit there looking like this.
Yeah, discussing their plight.
Oh, man, yo, I wish Colin was up here, man. That's my man right there. Colin is a trip.
They're discussing their plight, and I'm like, but hey, I do have a question for you.
Talk to me.
Earth Day was this past week.
Right.
What have you done? What does Earth Day kind of like mean to you? How do you celebrate Earth Day? How are you saving? Are you doing anything to save the environment? Are you teaching the youth how to save the environment?
No, I ain't gonna lie to you. No, I haven't done anything for Earth Day. The biggest thing about Earth Day is saving the planet, showing honor, respect to it. Yeah, so I think when it first started, that was the biggest thing: conservationism, pollution, all that mess.
Right.
Okay, so biggest thing is we got to change a lot of our habits to make sure we can stay alive. And yes, boy.
I only go to sleep if you promise I will have 2 bags of Mentos in the morning.
Okay, good night. I had to calm my son. Yes.
Okay.
No, good night. So Earth Day is the biggest thing. We gotta, and this goes out to everybody. We got to do what we can to end pollution. We got to do what we can to keep everything clean. But we got a lot to do. We got a lot to do. One day a year ain't gonna cut it. I can't knock the conservationists. I can't knock the environmentalists. The biggest Earth Day might have been last year when Trump shut everything down.
Right.
Because they said the sky got clear, animals were swimming in water they hadn't been swimming in. And I'm like, I don't know if this is fake or not, but they selling the hell out of this story.
Yes.
They selling their story. So we just got to chill on a lot of things. They've been talking about clean energy and solar energy for 25, 30 years. But is it working? I know they're trying to charge for solar energy. The clean energy is going to be less pollution in the air, the carbon dioxide and all this and all that. I mean, I got them on that. So go get you a eco-fuel vehicle or something less on this, less on that. That's fine.
Right.
I haven't done a lot myself except for.
I'm going to tell you one thing that you've probably done.
Yes.
When you're shaving, do you let the water run, or do you pull the stopper, let the water fill up in the sink, and then turn off the
when I brush my teeth?
When you brush your teeth, when you shave, when
I shave, I don't put the water on full blast. I put it halfway.
Okay.
And hot water. Now, when I brush my teeth, same thing. I don't put the water on full. Only time I got the water on full blast for real is when I fill another bathtub when I take a shower. Even when I wash dishes, I cut it down a little bit. I try to use biodegradable stuff. I try to use stuff that's more nature friendly, but I was down with recycling back in the day. Recycling is a good thing, but the waste is a problem for the environment.
Right.
So I had to change my mind off of that. You know what, now that you mentioned it, cleaning products. I'm a big Lysol kid.
Okay.
Lysol had the CFCs, which is bad for the ozone layer. That's what we used to talk about 25, 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I changed the Lysol that I use, even though I still found a couple of cans, because you know how hard it was to find it last year. They finally started popping up.
You couldn't find it last year.
No, you couldn't. And I used to be on Lysol Nutri-Air real hard, so I was losing my mind. About a month or two ago, I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna do this since you brought up Earth Day. I'm gonna go ahead and show you something.
Okay. All right. And while you show us something, I'll give you a couple of fun facts. One of the things I did this past year.
And I'm gonna do this for everybody up here because I think we're gonna be looking for stuff again.
Okay.
Go on Wish and buy you a can of this. I've never
Lysol,
seen it before.
all in one.
I've never seen it before. It was on Wish.
Yeah.
This is dope.
All in one Lysol?
Yes. It's
Yes.
on wish.com. I can't find it nowhere else. Hold on, bro. I was trying to behave. You see what you did?
No, that's good. That's good. And while you mention that, I'll say one project that I just worked on was briefly was I put in a smart sprinkler.
Nice.
So for the sprinkler system around the house,
Yeah.
smart sprinkler, it's totally in tune to the weather outside. So
I gotta go down.
instead of the sprinkler going off every night at 1 o'clock in the morning, whether or not, boom, it's in tune to the weather. It's like, here you go. You don't need water. Okay, based on the temperature and the weather, we're going to tell you this week how many days you actually need it.
That's what's up.
So it's little stuff. It's little things.
I got to jump on that. Let me see who popped up. Oh, it's somebody else. Check this out when you get the chance. This used to be hard to find.
Al, I live in Long Island, New York, Nassau County.
Yeah, this is. I don't like the color of the fragrance or whatever, but it's Lysol Neutral Air.
Okay.
It popped up. I got that one, and I got this one. These will probably be the last aerosol cans I buy, or the most consistent ones. Do you have Microban?
I do not.
Find it. From me to you, find it.
Okay.
What else you got?
Tell me about Microban.
Microban, last year when the pandemic started, and I got some more, but I will tell you this. When the pandemic started, everybody was talking about the hydroxychloroquine as a vaccine. Hydroxychloroquine in the vaccine, the only reason I had a problem with it was hydroxychloroquine only worked on bacteria. COVID-19 was a virus. So we also couldn't find any Purell, which is the hand sanitizer. Purell was the one brand of sanitizer that killed the COVID-19 virus specifically. So people was getting the Microban with the Purell just to give themselves all types of protection, bacteria and virus. It worked back to back. Definitely keep some Microban around. If you cannot find Purell, which actually you can now, I went on Wish again. Wish has a spray bottle like Windex.
Okay.
Or Purell, and they also had the big refill. So any and everybody out here, if you're trying to find some clean stuff that's not going to cost you a lot, what I just showed you will cost you, but it will last. That's number one. I live in Throgsnet, the Bronx for 30 years. Now you're in Westchester County. Oh, okay, that's what's up. Yeah, all the New Yorkers. You're going to have to do a native New Yorker broadcast. I swear.
Yeah, we are definitely going to have to do it.
Lysol has a new brand. That's the one I'm going to get for you in a minute. If you got Amazon, go on there and look up Lysol Smart. I would highly recommend that to any and everybody. Any event that this stuff happens again, because they said right now that B117 strain is running rampant around the U.S., you might want to get ready for everything we went through again last year. Not so much as severe because people are vaccinated, but just to keep everything clean, because you're going to start running out of stuff again. We're going.
So before you go any further, I want to say to wish.com, I'm definitely going to send a tweet to them tomorrow. You need to sponsor Tony D, because he's talked about your website on 3 different occasions tonight. Okay, so I just want to put that out there.
And I'm gonna give them their credit because they had what Amazon didn't. It was harder to get it and it cost a little bit more, but they was keeping it. I was big on Amazon, but they was running out. You couldn't find nothing up there last year. Wish saved a lot of mess. But now you can find it in Walmart.com. You got to give them their credit too. I didn't realize people were shopping up there, having it sent there and going to pick it up instead of going down the aisle and getting it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was late on that. I was late as hell. My wife was finding Lysol everywhere. I'm like, where you do this? I get up about 3 a.m, go to Walmart, pick it up. I'll be damned. This woman here.
Hey, I want to run through a couple of things.
Come on with it. I'm rambling now. Let me go ahead and stop me.
The U.S. Department of Labor opens up a national dialogue to empower teens. Yeah, they're extending invitations to teens, parents, educators, employers, and interested stakeholders to join a national online dialogue through April 30th to gather ideas on how the department can connect with teens better. The department will use the insights received to develop effective ways to enhance its existing efforts to inform teens about avoiding workplace hazards, the type of work they're allowed to do, age restrictions for work hours, employer wage requirements, employment training, including apprenticeships and workplace discrimination. The Bureau of Labor Statistics reports U.S. workforce included 4.7 million teens between the ages of 16 and 19 in 2020. In fiscal year 2020, the department recorded child labor violations in more than 850 investigations in its wage and hour divisions, and estimates a teen between 15 and 19-year-old requires emergency room treatment for workplace injury
At least
approximately every 5 minutes.
At least, yeah.
So the website, which I'll post, is teenworkers.ideascale.com.
And they also get threatened on the job. They get talked to. They'll do the back and forths. There's going to be a yin and a yang to it. I do think they need it. I do think they need some protection on the job. They're not ready for the stress and anxiety. They think they are, but the real stress and anxiety behind most jobs, I don't think they're fully 100% totally prepared for. I can agree to that. I can't agree to that.
So that's on talking about the workforce.
Yeah, I see it.
One other thing I wanted to talk about was New York, and I'm thinking Al will also be able to help us with New York caps the cost of broadband for low-income families. I mean, there's a new effort. A lot of people have a lot to say about
They did what now?
But he signed
the cost of broadband.
Yes. Broadband. So for low-income families, monthly cost $15.
Okay.
The average cost of basic high-speed broadband is about $50.
Okay.
So we all know that these internet packages can be very expensive because they bundle the TV and the internet and the standard legacy phone service. Mm-hmm. So those who qualify under the bill include households receiving assistance from nutrition programs, Medicaid benefits, senior citizen, and disability rent increase exemptions.
Right.
So I just wanted to mention there is something out there for low-income families, because the one thing that we learned is within the last year, with most of our kids going remote, wherever you are in the world, you needed broadband.
Yes, you did.
You needed broadband, some form of broadband. Dial-up wouldn't work for you, and they needed broadband, and they also needed devices.
Yeah, for the online schooling, definitely.
Right.
Definitely, that's without question. So I would definitely be in support of it. And the biggest con is the fact that when internet first came out, they weren't really charging for real. Now they're bringing the price up because everybody's using it. I understand the business aspect of it. The lower income families damn sure need it. And the rural areas need it as well.
Yes.
They definitely need, there needs to be something in place, and I think there is, where they can work for the rural areas, because those kids that can't go to school, they get caught behind. They don't have internet. You barely got cable. You got to have satellite. So yeah, I would be in support of that. I would.
Another item really quick is I'm not sure if you remember that service that was available. It was only available for about 6 months. Quibi, that did short form video.
No.
It was in and out. It was
QUIBBY.
Yeah, Quibi.
I think I did hear about that.
Yeah, it was only available for about 6 months. I think they ran out of money. Meg Whitman was one of the co-CEOs, and she headed up HP, Hewlett Packard,
Right.
years ago.
Right.
Well, Roku purchased all their content. They purchased it this past January. So it's about 75 shows and documentaries. They're rebranding it for next month for, believe it or not, Roku Originals, and they're going to make it available. Roku, I'm not sure if you're a fan of Roku or not. I have 2 Roku TVs.
So they pretty much the competition for the Amazon Fire Stick.
Yes.
That's where I would put them at. So what they did was grab a platform to where they can do their own, like Netflix is doing.
Right. Their competition for that, like, their stuff is basically free.
Oh, damn.
Their stuff, they make their stuff free. It's open. You can pull it up on your Roku TV. So instead of needing a Roku stick, they're getting it integrated into TVs.
It's already on some of the smart TVs.
Yes.
As an app.
Yes. So if there's like if you have your cable provider, what you could do is, hey, I usually watch ESPN. You can pull up the ESPN channel on your Roku TV.
They lost subscribers probably because they didn't have Hulu was winning, because when a show would be on TV, once it went off, it was up on Hulu.
Yes. They're
on demand,
not going to get. Oh, go ahead.
On demand was about as fast as it came with the cable, but Hulu had it and you didn't need the cable.
Right.
So Quibi's going to have to try to, you can bring your own content. Amazon's doing it. Netflix is doing it. Quibi is going to have to work on getting shows nobody else has, number one, which is going to be difficult because now that Paramount is out and CBS All Access is out, they're going to have an issue with that. And all the other networks got their own apps.
Right.
I don't know what they're going to do. Wow, that's going to be rough. That's going to be rough. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I had to try.
No. That's good. That's good. So I wanted to talk about, had an article on, and I'll put it back in here so that you can see what I'm talking about. Do's and don'ts of.
Oh Lord, your timing is impeccable.
Do's and don'ts of co-parenting.
Your timing is impeccable with that.
It's a tough topic. Very tough topic.
Really?
This could be a series. This could be, because when you say something like co-parenting, this co-parent, you know what? We won't even broach this tonight because
I see the slippery slope that it is. I understand that, but I think it is an excellent conversation for anybody because today's society is so out for self. They need this.
Yeah, but I think this is more for a Friday night, a Friday night session.
I tell you what, I can make it this Friday.
I'm thinking this is going to be a Friday night session.
Well, we ain't got to get up in the morning.
We don't have to get up in the morning. We can sit here and we can discuss co-parenting, what it means.
Yo, I won't ramble.
No. It's not about you rambling or anything. It's you bring.
Hold on 1 second, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Jason, turn that down.
Can I look in the way?
I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I think. I think we're gonna save this for Friday.
That's cool. I got you.
For Friday, because I don't. We wouldn't do it justice. We wouldn't do it justice
because you want to elaborate on it. I understand.
You want to elaborate on it,
and definitely, I think a large audience would help with this. But everybody's going to have to be willing to listen more than they want to opinionate, if you will.
Right.
Because a lot of people want to do what their parents did, or they want to have their mind made up on this. But a lot of parents who are going through the struggle and even separation My wife and I are separated right now.
Okay.
So we switch weeks with my son, and we have a big conflict with that. Being raised with different backgrounds brings this up. With 90% of the people, I think that's out here. This should be a very huge, very good and open discussion. And it's not going to be so much about opinions, how we should do stuff, but it's going to be conflicting because our kids are going to be different. Male, female,
Yes.
black, white, rich, broke, urban, rural, classified, special needs, if you will, all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because so I've got a friend who's dealing with a parent coordinator, and his interpretation of what that parent coordinator was supposed to do and what actually happened was two different things.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It was two different things.
Absolutely.
So
it's a slippery slope, but I mean, that road can't be traveled. You can't.
Yeah, it's I'll just leave it there. It's like, because I thought about it and I was just like, you know what? No, that's a Friday night topic.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's that's something. You have your bottle of Jack, you have it sitting here.
They ran out of Crown Peach. I just want to let you know. I talked about it.
Let me tell you, I saw last night's. I don't know where I was running to, but I turned you on, and I just had the audio going.
I was going.
I had that going, and I was like, "This is awesome." And then you got Mike Patton jumping in there. He mentioned your name, but referenced something else.
On the broadcast yesterday or this morning?
Maybe the broadcast this morning.
Actually, it was this afternoon. Yeah, he was straightening me out because I had Devontae Smith's numbers wrong. He was like, "No, he's not 225." I just saw this from ESPN the other day. He was like, "Are you still drinking?" First of all, hell no, don't do me like that. Good night, guy. Got bounced. All right, Viking man. Hey man, stick around. We're gonna chop it back up when we do this too, man. We're gonna chop it back up.
Hey Al, thanks a lot. Thanks for joining tonight.
But yeah, Mike got me straight with the sports thing. I want him up when we do the sports chats because he's as well. When we do now, the night that's going to be good for this when they do the draft.
Yes.
Because I think we should get up here and we can talk numbers all day. I just want to see where some of these boys are going. I told him I don't think nobody's going to come up. I don't think any other quarterbacks is going to come before the 6th pick after Trevor Lawrence. I don't.
Gotcha.
And he was telling me, nah. They said they're going to be another one. I said, nah, because I know Dallas is going for that tight end. The Jets, he said the Jets are going to draft the quarterback. I'm still thinking they're going to go for Deshaun Watson. If they draft when he's just going to be a backup, or they're going to be competing, which is cool. Najee Harris and Devontae Smith are going first round. They got to go within the first 10. They got to. Them boys, they were serious in Alabama.
Gotcha.
Najee Harris is the truth. He has got to be picked up, and the Jets need to get him. But who's around him?
It's true.
Devontae Smith, I think they was talking about him going to Miami. I think the Jets could pull him too. After that, like I said, you got Trevor, Najee, Devontae. Then you got that tight end for Dallas. And then we'll see after that. I know the first 10 are going to be interesting. I'm going to just sit back and watch. I think there's another wide receiver and some defensive player that there's been a lot of talk about. But we're going to see how this week goes. You know, they're switching trades and picks and all over.
Wait, what day is the draft?
I think it's Thursday.
Thursday?
I think so.
Yeah, so that should be night number 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I was thinking it was supposed to be last week, and I was wrong. I got too much going on in my head.
Okay.
NFL.
Oh yeah, the other Tony he says Thursday.
Mm-hmm. My Haps twin. That's my Haps twin right there.
So we'll do this. We'll see if we. You know what? I'll reach out to Mike and see if he's going to host something.
I think he said he didn't know if he was going to be able to get up there or not. I don't have nothing on my calendar this week as of right now. So I should be game for either Thursday or Friday.
Okay. I'm going to.
Friday night I should be. I'm not working Saturday morning. So once I put him to bed,
I'm going to do.
Because we got to talk Mortal Kombat.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Like I said.
Did you see it?
Definitely Friday. Because
I saw it.
Definitely Friday.
I know you don't want
That's
to stay up, but we start going with it.
yeah, that's a Friday discussion. Yo, I'm gonna get ready to shut it down because we at the 45-minute mark. Yo, Tony, what's the best way people can follow you? Whether
All the Haps
social
folks that
media.
stay with me up here, I get the notifications on my phone. It's just as fast as anything else.
Gotcha.
Honestly, I keep my notifications. My phone rings all day. People at work like, how much stuff you got going on your phone? I said everything.
Gotcha.
Haps notifications, Facebook notifications, Twitter notifications, Instagram notifications. Everybody who's up here on Haps, y'all got me up here. I get up there, I go random every now and then. I chop it on everybody's broadcast. I say, what's up? You saw what I did trying to help Eleanor get up on her feet. She's still going
that was nice. That was nice.
Yeah. I had it.
That was nice.
That was the blessing for me that I had to do it.
That was
and
nice.
I want to make sure everybody gets up there. I jumped on that broadcast on purpose, and I wanted it to be said so everybody can contribute to her. Because she's always supporting people up here, man. All jokes aside.
Gotcha.
She's always supporting people. Y'all give her $5 or $10, man. Just help that woman get on the feet. I told her she got to clear her head. But we definitely, I'm here, man. Anybody can hit me up on Haps, definitely. I see the subscriptions. I see the people when they tag me. I saw you when you did this. I wasn't even online. Just got the alert.
Yeah, no, I know. You got the alert. Yeah. That's the beautiful thing about it is like, you don't know. Because like, there's certain times you don't know if you tag someone, if they're going to see you, or do you type the name in the comment box, or.
Yeah. Mr. 2 Extra, what's good? Yeah, hit me up on here. Everybody, y'all got me up here, man. This is going to be the new world for me. They're trying to get me on Clubhouse. I said, no, I'm not doing it. I'm on enough apps right now. No, I'm good.
If you want, if you're in the comment field, if you guys want Haps, if you want invitations to Clubhouse, let me know. I have a few. Don't have much need for Clubhouse.
I don't even know what's going on up there, but it sounded like it's going to wind up like everything else already.
Yeah, it's kind of like social media or information overload. There's some good pieces of it.
Yes, but I heard there's a whole lot of wretchedness too. I'm getting too old for that.
Yes.
I appreciate you inviting me on this because we can have grown men talking to grown men come up.
Right.
Get 140 people watch. It's a Sunday night. All of us supposed to be in the damn bed asleep, and we up here chopping it up. Trying not to talk about Mortal Kombat.
There's what's his name? Elon Musk. He was on Clubhouse. That was pretty good.
I heard.
Bill Gates was even better.
Wow. I ain't know
Bill Gates was even better.
Wow.
For about an hour. He had the Squawk Box people. Man, what's his name?
I don't know.
One of the hosts from CNBC's Squawk Box interviewed him for a straight hour.
Wow.
What else? I don't know if we lost our feed or not.
I can still see you on the side. I don't see the man. We lost the connection somewhere, but I'm good. I can still see you on the side screen.
I spoke with Bucko 2 nights ago.
Right.
I'm gonna say 3 nights ago. I spoke with him through text message because his kids are little.
Right.
And his kids they wound up having one of them, either one or the other had bronchitis.
Oh wow.
But we thought it was the other thing.
Yeah.
We thought it was the other thing because when you have the elevated fever and everything else, so we were talking and it was just like, yo, dude, you don't know what it is. And he was like, when he got them tested, he texted me back and was like, yeah, they're all right.
Okay,
they're
good. Yeah, take care at home, man. We'll catch up with them. Up with them. Matter of fact, last week, Izzy hit me up on Facebook, which kind of shocked me. And then we talked for about an hour and a half.
How's he doing? Because he didn't do his show this Sunday.
Yeah, he hadn't done the past couple of weeks.
Oh.
And I told him, I said, I almost understand because how hard he had been broadcasting before then. He was going in deep. He had one specific issue. And, we talked for him. He's all right. I think everybody's good and everybody just chilling out. I think a bunch of them ran the Clubhouse.
Oh, really?
They probably did. I know a lot of people that's up here, they go to Clubhouse. But I just didn't want to go over there because, like I said, I got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. I got this. I'm like, damn.
Some of the services I don't even use. I'm just like, okay, I'm subscribe to it, and I
Yeah,
turn
just
off
let it go.
notifications.
Yeah, just let it go because it's just there's so many out there now. I got to slow down. I'm on enough.
Yeah.
I'm on enough. This will be it for a minute. I got on Melanated Peoples. I got on Fan Base. And I got people hit me up. I'm like, I don't know who the hell this is.
Yeah, I'm like,
Right.
It's still a point where you had so many people hitting you up. You're like, I don't know who you are. I don't think I want to know who you are.
Well, I mean, I just don't want the trolls following us everywhere because they're doing it.
Yeah, they are.
They're doing it.
Peter S., thank you for subscribing. Tony, I think we're out, man.
You good, man? It's your call. Appreciate you
we're
having me
out.
as always. Like I said, as far as the conservation and everything, you go on Amazon, look up Lysol Smart. You'll see exactly what I'm doing next. And Clorox has products along the same lines as that. Check them out. That'll save everybody a ton of money this year because most of us who do a lot of cleaning, sanitizing, and disinfecting, you're going to have to find something that's not going to cost as much and do the same job. When you see those products, you see what I'm talking about. When we come back up here this week, I can go into a little bit more if you want.
You got it.
Anytime, definitely.
I'll talk to you later. Hey, this is Ted Hicks from Late Night Parents. This is Tony D. Want to definitely thank you for joining us. Rich Valdez and everyone else, the rest of the team will be back during the week. We'll be doing some MLB. We'll be probably towards the end of this week, and we'll talk about the co-parenting topic and might do a little bit of NFL draft too.